If you want the keys to the castle, you gotta go see the king. I'm talking about selling to the person in charge of the business. I don't care if it's a corner store or a Fortune 500 company. The best place to start in any sales process is at the top. And today on the Dave Lorenzo Daily, we're going to teach you the secrets to selling to the C-suite. Hi, I'm Dave Lorenzo. This is the Dave Lorenzo Daily, and we're here every day with a great sales tip. If you like what you hear, please remember to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe and ring the notification bell. When you subscribe, you become a member of our community. The notification bell reminds you that we're posting a video every day at 5 p.m. It will also clue you in when we go live so that you can participate in the discussion. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. You are one of the smartest people around because you're part of our community. All right, let's talk about selling to the C-suite. For the last 15 years of my career, I have only called on the ultimate decision maker in any business. This includes Fortune 500, in fact, Fortune 100, Fortune 50 companies, as well as mid-sized companies that are looking to do business with me. The reason I start at the top is because, number one, I view myself as a peer with these folks. I can help them solve a problem. I have situational authority in this area, and they want what I have to offer. They want me to solve their problem. They want me to help them grow their revenue. They want me to set up a sales team that will absolutely kick ass, and I'm the guy to do it. So I go in at a peer level. That's why I call on C-level executives, chief marketing officer, chief executive officer, chief sales officer, you name it, I've called on them. The second reason why I call on the C-suite is because they're the ultimate decision-making authority. I can close the deal quickly. I can get to a deal in principle oftentimes a lot faster with a chief executive officer or a chief sales officer than I can with a regional person or with someone in another level or another position. I focus on going to the ultimate decision maker because it makes my life easier and it makes their life easier. So let me share with you the 5 secrets that I've discovered in the last 15 years of selling exclusively to C-level executives. The first secret is that you have to do your research. You have to know 3 specific areas and how they impact what you're going to be doing. The first area is the economy. What effect is the economy having on your prospective client's business? Your chief executive officer, the chief executive officer who's your prospect, thinks about the economy night and day. And he thinks about how the economy is going to have an impact on his business. You need to know the different aspects of the economy and how they impact his business. For example, if you're calling on a company that works in real estate, interest rates have a huge impact on their business. Also, the value of the dollar has an impact on their business. What are bonds doing these days, and how does that impact their business? You need to know those things so that you can have an intelligent discussion on a peer-to-peer level. The second thing is the industry. What trends are currently taking place in the industry? And is your prospect's company at the cutting edge or are they lagging behind? Are they having a problem in their industry? Are they number 1 or number 2 in their industry? Do they have a new product that's killing the market? Do they have a product or service that's fallen behind? Where are they when it comes to strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats in their industry? You need to know this because they know it, and you have to be able to speak their language. The third element is the business itself. Listen to the analyst calls. Listen to the earnings calls from publicly traded companies. Listen to the questions the analysts ask and the answers the executives give them. Read the 10K. That's the quarterly report from the company to its shareholders so that you know the best face the company's putting on what's happening behind the scenes. Then read the analyst reports to determine what's really happening so that you know the state of the business before you walk in the door. If the company's privately held, do some research on Google. Do the Google dance. Get in there and see what people are saying about the company. Oftentimes, you can find articles in industry trade publications that will tell you what's going on. You need to have all of this information assimilated. You need to take it in so that you know what's happening before you even walk in the door to meet with the chief executive. Secret number 2, know the language. Every industry has its own language. You need to understand the language, but you don't need to use it in a fake way. And the reason you need to understand the language is because oftentimes industry experts, like chief executive officers of large companies, will use jargon and they'll just expect that people understand. So you have to know the language of the industry, again, not to show off, just to understand the conversation that's taking place around the room. When you know the language and you read industry reports, they all make sense to you. How do you get this knowledge? Easy. Interview people who are in the industry. Call them up and say you're doing a report on a company in the industry and you need to understand some of the industry language. Have them share some of the insider information, and I don't mean insider from a stock perspective. I mean insider information from an industry insider perspective. Insider information about the industry so that you're familiar with the language, you're familiar with what's going on currently in the industry. Tip number 3. Ask good questions. You've now assimilated a ton of information. You've taken in a lot of stuff. You've learned a lot. You can ask good questions. I would ask questions that will impress the CEO. You can ask questions about the goals of the organization as it pertains to the work you're going to be doing. Don't ask a question where the answer is easily found by doing research. That doesn't show that you're smart. That shows that you're lazy. I want you to ask questions that help you understand what the CEO's goals are and why those goals are important to him or her. This will help you connect on a human level, and it will also help you connect on a business level because you'll be able to make that a priority for you and your team, and you'll be able to articulate the priorities of the CEO in the same way that he or she does. Ask questions that enable you to understand where the company's going so that you can help them get there. Secret number 4, give direct answers. Don't be wishy-washy. If you don't know, say you don't know. Give direct answers. This is not the time for BS. You don't want to be singing and dancing when you're in there with the CEO. You just want to give straight answers, smart answers, and answers that will help you close the deal. So when the CEO asks what the turnaround time is for you to deliver on your proposal, give him a realistic time frame. When the CEO asks what the return on investment for this project should be, you should be able to tell like that what the return on investment will be based upon your past experience. Direct answers show that you're sharp, they also show that you're smart, and they show that you're a person of conviction. Give a direct answer, speak straight, straight talk wins the day every time. If you BS, you're going to get thrown out on your butt. I promise you that. Straight answers, very sharp, and if you don't know, say you'll get back to them, and you better get back to them by the end of the day, that day. Secret number 5 for selling to the C-suite, follow up immediately. You need to set a follow-up plan while you're in the room. The meeting goes well, the CEO says, all right, the next steps are this, this, and this. You have to set the timetable. So you say to the CEO, that's great. Can I meet with your team tomorrow? Can I meet with your team Friday? Can I meet with your team this week to get started? Direct action, immediate action, that's what gets rewarded in business, especially at the upper echelons, because those folks get double talk all day long about how things aren't possible. You have to show that you're a person of action, set an immediate follow-up agenda to get started working right away. These 5 strategies will help you break through to the chief executive of any company, large or small. They'll also help you with chief marketing officer, chief legal officer, anybody you call on. Follow these tips and you will never go wrong. Aim high and you will win in sales. Now, I want you to watch this video, which will also help you win in sales because it's your guide to closing more deals fast.